Hello, I'm Stamati from Redware. I'm going to show you how our SQL Connector will push your Sage 50 data into SQL Server or MySQL so you can connect with your own infrastructure or push it to Power BI for business intelligence. Here's our Redware connector for SQL, connecting Sage 50 to SQL Server. We've set up the Sage connection here. It's not the US version of Sage, by the way. And we've set up the SQL connection here. That could be MySQL or SQL Server, either in Azure, SQL Express, or standard SQL Server. This one is SQL Express, which is free from Microsoft. So that's our setup. Let's just go into Sage a moment, and we'll just change one of the customers here from A1 to A2 design services so that we can see that those changes are going through. And all this data, invoices and transactions and everything will get copied and massaged and copied into SQL Server. So let's have a look here. We can show all the customers here. There's no records in SQL yet. And we can see the customer data here, as well as other data in Sage. Now it's already configured here. It's actually going to push to the SQL database and refresh a Power BI data set. And also along the way, by the way, it creates these TXT files here. So if I press create data files, that's going to run the application and push the data into SQL Server and also refresh Power BI. Just briefly, so you can understand how the software works. First, it pushes from the accounts database into these TXT files, which contain all the data for each entity. You could use those directly if you wanted to, but it's much more convenient, obviously, to use it from SQL Server. If we look at SQL Server, here is our SQL database. This one happens to be SQL Server Express. And if we show here, you can see these are all the tables that have been uploaded corresponding to the TXT files. As well as SQL Server, we give you a Power BI template so that you can get started quickly with Power BI. This is the template. You can see here it's just been updated automatically. And if we look at the customers, you can see it's been refreshed. And we put quite a lot of work into this template that you can edit. So you can see the sales documents, and it supports multiple companies and multiple currencies. And there's a separate video about all that. One of the great things about Power BI, if you're an Excel user, is that you can export to Excel and the whole model is available to you here automatically from Power BI. So that, for example, we can show the nominal name, we can show all the nominal transactions, we can show the account name, and we can take the balance, the base amount here, and that's showing us, put it the other way around, that's showing us broken down by customer. It's showing us all the movements of all the nominal accounts, and obviously all the data is available to you. So Excel as well as Power BI are very useful here, and you get the template as well. So if I refresh here, this is the actual template that you can edit yourselves and change and incorporate additional data if you wanted to, and so on. So in summary, our software will take your Sage 50 data and it will export it to SQL Server or MySQL automatically. It will first put the data into TXT files, then it will push that data into SQL Server, and then if you want to use Power BI, it will also push it into Power BI for you, where you can then easily push the model out to Excel. So very useful for making great use of your Sage data for business intelligence or just integrating with your internal systems. The software installs on your desktop. You can run it manually at any time just by pressing Create Data Files, or you can specify a batch process and set it on a scheduled task to run daily or hourly and push that data into SQL Server. If you're using SQL Express, you're going to need the Microsoft Gateway to synchronize your data with Power BI. If you're using Azure or internet-facing SQL Server, then you won't need that. So please, we have a trial and some installation videos. So please go ahead and try us out at www.redware.com. Thank you.